Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the Relationship School's Smart Couple Podcast. How's it going? As you know, this podcast is for you, the growth development oriented person who wants to have awesome, beautiful, inspiring relationships, and you're willing to work for it. So you listen to this podcast to help you, right? It aids you along your path. If you get lost, stuck, you feel alone, perhaps a little hit of the Smart Couple gives you a little inspiration. Perhaps it challenges you to reflect on yourself instead of continuing to focus on what your partner's doing wrong. So we are here to serve you. And in that vein, I have a big ask today. And that ask is just for feedback. This is a short episode just asking you for feedback. And we would love to hear from you. You know, we get a lot of praise. We get a lot of recognition. Hey, this is awesome. This has changed my life. That feedback's welcome. And we grow less from that feedback than we do the constructive feedback. Okay, so I want constructive feedback specifically. What do you want more of? What do you want less of? What's working? What's not working? Are the short episodes good and serving you? Do you want longer ones? Do you want less because it's a little overwhelming because you can't keep up? Do you want more? Do you want longer episodes with a guest? Do you want me alone talking for an hour instead of 5 minutes? Do you want more of my wife? Do you want certain kinds of people interviewed, like couples, normal, everyday couples? Do you want me to coach someone during a live podcast, like a Facebook Live, but then we turn it into a podcast? Do you want some coaching in that way? Do you want, I'm like, what? I want to keep serving you, and I like innovating and being creative here. So those are just some ideas. Think of some others and send us an email, info@relationshipschool.net. We'll get us and just label the subject line podcast feedback. That way my team can sort those easily. And you can also just leave it here on social media, wherever this video is placed, right below it. Give us some feedback, right? Leave us your feedback. And we take this stuff seriously, and we're going to listen and read every email and every comment. And I just appreciate it, okay, ahead of time here. All right, so by the time you're listening to this, this will be recorded, and we want you to leave a message below. Now, you're jogging right now, you're on your commute. Just make a mental note, talk into your phone and say, leave Smart Couple podcast feedback, because maybe you have a good idea, or maybe you have a complaint and you want to voice it and you want it to be heard. All right. Now, this is, by the way, a quick lesson in asking for feedback from your partner or friends. Just like on the Andrew Harvey podcast, where he said, get some real honest feedback from your friends. Where do you think I'm being an asshole? Where do you think, what's the deal? So his exercise there, which I've done a number of times in my life, inspired me to ask again, but have it be between you and me. All right. I do this with my wife, my friends. I'm asking this. I ask for feedback from my team. So let's hear it. What can the Smart Couple improve upon? How could we be better? How could we serve you better? All right. So let us know, and we will implement some of this feedback, especially the more we get, if we get a bunch of emails that say the same thing, we're going to probably implement that versus we get one complaint about something. So the more people that can chime in, the better. And if you're getting something out of this podcast, that would be my ask today, is that it's like leaving us a review, but hey, give us some feedback. All right. And again, I'm not looking for praise. That's fine, but I'm more looking for constructive feedback. And constructive is, how do we build up someone to become more of who they are and better? How can we build this Smart Couple podcast into, the very best relationship podcast on the planet? So let's hear it. Okay. Thanks so much, folks. And we'll talk very soon.